welcome back to the Garmin Talks. For today, we have a very special guest. He's an entrepreneur, triathlete, and fitness enthusiast. Let's all welcome Mr. Romeo.
Thank you.
Welcome to the podcast. Before we dive into impressive list of achievements, um, could you please share a bit about of first inspired you to pursue the unique path of combining endurance sports with giving back?
You know what? Charity works, community, and athletes are very important to me. So the reason why I combine this and what made me inspired to do all this stuff, I remember it was way back 2016 when I started joining the team or joining into the sports. So there are some few athletes who kind of demotivated me to do it because they thought that it will be hard for me.
All right.
So what I did to those words, I put that in my mind, and then I started learning the stuff on my own. And then how the charity works actually get into the sports. I did this charity work since 2005, since I was at the age of 18 years old.
Cool.
Yep. And then what happened? Every time I go to the Philippines, so I always bring some goggles and some sports equipment, and then I actually give it to my kids. When I say to my kids, they are the people or kids or
Okay.
okay. So when every time I go to the Philippines, I always bring a lot of goggles, short shirts, some finisher shirts, and so many sporting equipments. And I actually distributed it to all the communities that I'm supporting. And in the Philippines, especially the Palawan, um, we are just in front of the beach. So I always teach the kids how to swim, even the youth. So of course, I only have very limited items to give away. So what happened every time I'm doing the sports? So I actually committed myself that every time I finish an Ironman event or even a full distance one, so I gonna give something to the tribal communities and even to the fellow athletes who cannot afford to buy some products that they can use for their triathlon journey or to their sports journey. And then what happened every time I post in the social media that I'm going to Palawan, doing some missionary works, and then if there's any friends who would love to give their secondhand sport equipments that they no longer use, so I can bring it and give it to the kids. So that's where the race with a purpose started. So every
That's
time I
great.
finish a
Yeah.
race, so a lot of people, giving their stuff, they giving their sports equipments, and even the new ones to give away to the charity organization that I'm supporting to the Philippines and to the other countries as well.
So supporting communities in need is a major part of your work. Like you donate PPE, helmets, and bicycles. And you support 15 tribal communities. What drives you to continually giving back?
So during the COVID-19, so I started a project, so which I called COVID-19 versus 19.
Oh,
You know what I did
let's
during
go.
that time? I actually run 19 kilometers every day for 19 days and cycle 19 laps times 19. So what happened? Some of my friends pushed me and motivated me to do that project, and even some of my sponsors and partners to do that kind of project. And in return, what we're gonna get are of PPEs or gloves. I'm sorry, goggles, masks. Because during that time, during the COVID-19, it's really really hard to get PPEs. Even us working in the public safety department, it's kind of hard. It's very limited. So what I did, um, my friends and my partners donated PPEs and even some around 3,000 dirhams worth of food to be donated to those people who lost their job. And then we donated the PPEs to different ambulance services. And of course, as I myself as working in the ambulance service, so I even got some stuff to donate to my colleagues. And then after the pandemic, of course, that's the time that where people started going back to work. And the only means for them to go to work is through bicycle.
Yeah.
Yep. So we donated helmets, bicycles, and some money to this charity organization. And even, some people who wish to have helmet and bicycles, we actually did that during the pandemic.
What message or advice would you give to the young athletes and aspiring advocates who look up to your journey and accomplishments?
The only thing that I would like to tell people is to be authentic. Because if you are true to yourself and do what you love, everything will follow. You know, like, and especially always remember that there are always people who are better than you. So you always have to put yourself in the ground, put your feet on the ground, and avoid being so prideful. Because one thing I've learned in my journey, even if you receive so many awards, accomplishments, recognition, is that you always have to go back where you started.
Started, yeah.
That's actually the message that I would like to tell, especially to the generation now, to the new generation of athletes and those people whom you inspired. Just be authentic.
Of all the endurance events you have completed, including multiple Ironman and Ultraman races, what has been the most challenging experience, and how did you overcome it?
I have so many things in my list, but I'm gonna give you the four list that I have. First is the Dubai 70.3 bike course. When I did that one, I actually had a very good bike split way back 2018. And during the 2019 Ironman 70.3 Dubai, I got, during the first 10 kilometers, I got like five flat tires.
Oh,
Flat tires for five times. And that made me not finish the race because I don't have any more spare tires. The second one was the Ultraman Extreme in Les Angles, France, way
that is
back
100, yeah?
2019. Yeah, that's extreme triathlon. Imagine you're gonna swim in a very dark lake for 3 kilometers, 3.8 kilometers in a dark lake. Second, you have to cycle more than 3,000 high in altitude,
Okay.
and it's like seven mountains. And but 2 days before the event, I was living in almost 2,000 high in altitude, and while we were eating our lunch, I fell down. I got fainted
Oh,
because I wasn't trained for the high altitude at that time. And 3 days before that Ultraman Extreme, I did my Ultraman. I'm sorry, I did my 2 days before the event. I'm sorry. Yeah. 3 to 4 days before the event, I was doing my Ironman Frankfurt. Then drove to France, then did the Ultraman Extreme. I did not finish the event. The reason was it was very scary. Imagine I'm on my fourth mountain. There's no any barricade. You are the maintenance. You are actually the bike repair guy of your own bicycle. And then the last one was no, the third one I mean. I think that the third one was the Ultraman Florida
okay.
way back 2019. I got a bicycle crash and I was thinking, am I going to continue the race or not?
Yeah.
And it was really hard because I still have 100 kilometers and I got all the bruises. I got so many abrasions
But you
in my
finished
body, but
the
I was
race,
able
yeah?
to finish the race. And it was really memorable. And it made me the Ultraman guy. And then the last one was last year, the Ironman 70.3 Davao. Few days before the event,
Philippines.
I got, in the
Yeah.
Philippines. few days before the event, I got a bicycle crash.
Again.
I got a broken nose, and then I got some surgery on that day, and then the doctor told me that I have to rest for a year. You know, so I did some different surgeries during the span of a year. So I was really upset because I'm looking forward for the Ultraman World Championships, but I can't do it because I need to recover, you know. And then of course, another stuff was I got busy with so many things during my rest for a year and a half.
Since you are endurance athlete, so what kind of devices that you're using?
Since I got involved with this sport since 2016, I'm always a fan of Garmin. And it was like a dream come true to be part of this family. You know,
Great.
it was really a huge break for me, especially when I finished the Ultraman Florida way back 2019 when I got all the support from Garmin. You know what I really like about Garmin is that it's very dynamic, very I can say that it's really in high in technology, you know. So I have my watches, a lot of watches from Garmin. So the current one that I have is the Garmin 265. I use this in all types of sports. So from swimming, cycling and running and don't even doing a fitness stuff at the comfort of your home. I also have cycling
Computer?
equipment such as bike computer,
Power meter?
power meter. I also have this, even the headlight from Garmin. You know, since I have also the diving license, I really prefer to use Maris and Dynamic North in diving, you know. And Garmin's really good, really amazing.
So thank you so much for the inspiring story.